UAV overhead.
Changing max.
Our UAV flooded online. Hostile
Reloading.
SAE.
Reloading.
This is the Bruen Bullpup platform. So starts with the STB-556 assault rifle, the AUG, however you say it. Leveling it up to level 13 unlocks the MX9 submachine gun, and leveling it up to level 20 unlocks the HCR56 light machine gun. So basically the Bruen LMG. So this is the STB-556 attachment combo that I was running. Same basic thing. Laser, ADS laser that's visible while ADS, extended mag, 42 rounds. I was running an optic just because the iron sights are pretty terrible in my opinion. So it's not necessary, but I mean, gives you a better sight picture. I was running an underbarrel, but I don't know if that's like glitching out the game because it messes up the picture of this thing. It's all jacked up. And then the game that I played right after I put this on, it was like really bad, lagging out constantly. The ping was in the high 200, just fluctuating. It was just glitching out the whole time. So I don't know if that was the problem or not, because I did it again and it seemed to work okay, but I don't think it's supposed to be able to have an underbarrel attachment, but I don't know. Makes it all glitched out, so it's weird. But yeah, the STB-556 is actually really good up close. It's the fastest killing AR up close. It's basically it's basically submachine gun time to kill up close. And it actually has faster sprint to fire time than the SMGs at 83 milliseconds and like 173 milliseconds, whereas their sprint out times are 110 and 210, and assault rifles are 210 and 310. So I don't know what's going on there. Kind of crazy, but it kills really fast up close if you're hitting the upper torso. If you're hitting the torso or the limbs, it's about average, mid-tier for assault rifles. Then it's about mid-tier beyond 15 meters, regardless of where you're hitting them. But at 30 meters, if you're hitting torso and limbs, it drops out of competitiveness against the other ARs. And then even at 50 meters beyond, whether you're hitting upper torso or not, it's pretty slow comparative to the other assault rifles. So it's definitely meant to be more of like a close quarter. Recoil's pretty hard too, so. Guess he wasn't up yet. So the MX9 SMG is basically on par with the AR. There's hardly really any differences between them. The MX9 actually handles more like an AR though. It has sprint to fire time of 210 and 310. So I don't know if that's intentional or if Infinity Ward mixed up the coding or whatnot, but the submachine gun has assault rifle sprint to fire time, whereas the assault rifle has submachine gun sprint to fire time. So it's kind of weird. But the MX9 is still pretty good SMG up close. It has the same close range time to kill as the AR, but not as far as the range. It only goes out to 10 meters instead of 15 meters. If you're hitting limbs, it's mid-tier again, even among SMGs. The stats are basically the same. It's just the MX9 has shorter range values than the STB-556. So the damage ranges drop off sooner. And then at long range, 50 meters plus, if you're hitting limbs, it's really slow TTK. Even for SMGs, it's pretty bad. And then the HCR 5.6 light machine gun. Again, it has that 162 millisecond close range time to kill, and it goes out even farther than the STB 5.56. Goes out to 25 meters, but that's upper torso only. So if you're hitting the stomach or the limbs, you're out of luck. You're hitting that 243 millisecond time to kill, which is the same as the other guns too if you're hitting the limbs. But this has the upper damage, upper chest. You have to hit the upper chest to get the good time to kill up close. And then beyond that, it's mid-tier, kind of bad comparative to the faster killing LMGs, but it's not horrible by any means, except in like the mid-range. If you're hitting all limbs, then it's absolutely atrocious. But still comparative to the other LMGs, still comparative to the MX9 and the STB 5.56 as well. It's just, it has terrible handling, so it has LMG handling. Very slow aim down sights, 425 milliseconds. Slow sprint to fire times. Not as slow as the other LMGs, but still pretty slow. In between AR and LMGs. And the reload's not too bad either for an LMG. It's 3 seconds, and then 3.5 seconds for if you're completely empty, whereas the LMGs are usually like 7 seconds or something like that, 6 or 7 seconds. So it's kind of a hybrid between the two, between assault rifles and LMGs. But still, that slow handling kind of takes it out. Whereas if you're just running the STB 5.56, you'll be able to get on target much quicker with ADS and sprint to fire and all that. So I would say the STB 5.56 is the best of the bunch. Simply because it handles really fast, that sprint to fire, and then it has better range than the submachine gun. But they all have the same performance, it's just at different ranges, and then they have different handling as well.
Max. Reloading.
UAV overhead.